Ah, yes, the Hero's Hilt accessory. This is an accessory that's been in the game for a while, and we always said it's gonna work exceptionally well once we get another combo commander to put with Arthur. Well, with the release of Hector and Achilles and the imminent release of the next combo Cav generation, the next Cav generation is coming out late next month. Now we can see how Hero's Hilt is unleashed. Our boy Daver, he's done the mad scientist thing. He's done the mathering on this thing. He's tested it out, and he is going to show us that Hero's Hilt has great viability now that we're going to have a combo commander march where we have two combo commanders in the same march. It's going to unleash Hero's Hilt. We're going to go through the numbers and give you all the results on how this thing works and how we see it coming into the game once our boy Achilles is in it. Hey everybody, I'm your boy War Daddy Chatsky. I put out videos all the time, just about every day. I've been doing this for a year now. I had nearly 400 videos in my first year. Videos or streams. I pump out the content. It's what I love to do, and I love to do this nerding out stuff. Anybody that knows me knows that I'm a nerd in the game, and I love the numbers. I love to see how it works. And if you like this video, please throw a like on it. Consider subscribing. It does not cost you anything. It really helps out the channel when you subscribe. Click that subscribe button. And hit the bell if you want the alerts when I do content like this. I put it out all the time. I want to give you real rock life experience when it comes to the game, and I want to help you guys understand how different mechanics work. And Hero's Hilt is a mechanic in the game with an accessory in the game that has a mechanic that runs up the combo damage. Let's read about it just real quick as a little refresher. Okay, when you do any type of combo attack, you have a 50% chance to gain a 3% bonus to all types of combo attack damage for 5 seconds. It stacks up to 5 times. Now we know this stacking effect because we've had it for many years. We've had it with the dagger. We've had it with multiple accessories and multiple mechanics in the game. And so with this, a lot of people have this forged already, and they've run it on Arthur and Philip, and it's okay, but of course, you see, if you have 2 commanders that do combo attack damages, you can run this up very, very high, and you can keep the uptime on it very high. Our boy Daver, who I've mentioned, he's one of the geniuses in this game. He really helps explain it very well, and it works exceptionally well. Now, Hero's Hilt is an accessory that you can get in the game. This is the egg event. When you come to the egg event and you get the option, when they rotate the different types of equipment, you get the option to have it for accessories, okay? And so as you can see, this is where we get drums. This is where we get the pendant. This is where you can get Hero's Hilt. So it becomes readily available and much, much easier to get blueprints of when it's in the game like this. It's not just in the KVK shop like Ring and Horn. That's why Ring and Horn are so hard, because you can only get a couple of them every KVK. Where in this situation with the egg event, you can roll these things pretty often. So it's very easy to get. And so from that, when we look at this overall and we're trying to also figure out where to get Hero's Hilt, you can get it in the KVK shop. Now I've got one more day left in KVK, but my shop's still open and I can kind of show you guys. Here it is. It's the same cost as it is for any one of the other accessories, legendary accessories that they put in the KVK shop. 180,000 season coins, and you can pick that up. You can get 2 every KVK. So the viability to get many prints of this is really good. It's like Pendant, it's like Greatest Glory, it's like drums, and it's very easy to get enough blueprints to where you can go tear it up on the Awakening, or you can crit it pretty easily. And so from that standpoint, when we come in here, we're now starting to see the viability, and Daver has got a way that he's been able to test this thing out with Arthur and with Achilles. He's also done it with Hector to kind of give you an idea. So with that being said, as we go in here, we want to pull this thing up, and I'm going to have a link for this down in the description. You can click that link and you can go to this page right here. You pull it up and Daver goes through this whole thing. You can read all about it. There's a methodology that he runs with this. He runs 10,000 sims. Now he's got a way to do this that is really, really insane. Now there's some theories about this and how it works, but you can go through and what he accounts for and how he does it. and how it's modeled. It's rage from counterattack, external rage sources, like, so he puts all this stuff in it. So here's his findings. If you see this, okay? This is in a situation with Arthur and Achilles, and it's running Horn Heroes Hilt with no butterfly effect. Now, for people that don't know, when you're looking at any kind of combination of commanders, you have the Delta formation. Okay, the Delta formation is cracked, especially this little guy right here. This is the instrument special inscription for the Delta formation. It's called the butterfly effect, okay? And it gives you a boost to combo damage dealt, which is fine, but here's where it really kicks in. Combo attacks launched by their troops are 20% more likely to trigger effects triggered by launching a basic attack. This really helps with all of the tier 5 stuff on your equipment. It helps with proccing the ring, proccing the horn, proccing talents in the talent tree, proccing Undying Fury when it comes to those talents, drums, all those things are firing off much quicker with butterfly. It makes sense. That's what combo does. That's the strength of combo. And so when he's doing this, he's actually putting it out to where he's going to do the testing without butterfly to give you an idea. And you can see here the uptime, and he's got an alignment with the first skill damage and alignment with the second skill damage. I kind of want to ignore this a little bit and keep this really, really simple, but we can give you kind of the overall results of it. So you have 0 stacks, 1 stack, 2 stacks, 3 stacks, 4 stacks, and 5 stacks, okay? You can see that 5 stacks at 35% of the time is where you want to be. And with combo commanders, that's how this thing fires off. But at the end of the day, all you care about is this 10.34%. That is the uptime, or that is the average combo damage you've increased per second. Okay, and so that gives you an idea of how that works. Now, if you run this is a 20-second 5-target situation where you're hitting this with Arthur and Achilles. This is very representative of how you fight in the murder ball. And then you have a 30-second. Okay, so 30 seconds just fires it up more because if you're fighting for 30 seconds, you're going to run the 5 stacks up damn near half the time. And so the end result is that you're going to get a 10.43 damage increase to combo per second. Okay, and so from there, this is where it gets a little bit crazy. Okay, with the butterfly effect, it does increase this a little bit to 10.94% on a 30-second run. So it increases it roughly 0.5%, a 0.5% more, and you're running those 5 stacks 50% of the time when you're keeping in combat for 30 seconds. Staying in combat for 30 seconds is pretty easy in a murder ball fight. It's not hard. And so from that, it kind of has RNG depending on when this thing fires off and how it fires off. Now, he's done the graphs on this. Anybody who's done standard deviation or done a stats class or anything like that, this is the stuff that you see when you try to break down exactly the probabilities of how this stuff works, okay? Now, he does it with Hector as well. You can see Hector does not have near the average combo damage increase that Achilles has. And the reason why is because Hector's just doing combo damage to 1 target. And he's doing 2 combo damages to 1 target. Where Achilles does it to 5 targets, multiplied by 2, you do 10 combo damage fire-offs. And basically you're doing 10 combo attacks when you hit 5 targets. And that's why Hector's is not nearly as high, okay? Hector is single target damage, big time damage, but you can see 29%, nowhere near the 50% or 47% you get with Achilles. So the average combo damage increase, not near as high with Hector, which makes sense. Hector, if you're gonna run him as a combo commander, he's not the commander you want to put Heroes Hilt on. You want to put Heroes Hilt on Arthur and Achilles. Or if the new Cav generation comes out and it's another 3 or 5 target combo damage AoE, then those are the kind of commanders you want to do this. Achilles is great for it. And so you have some stats here. But overall, okay, this is kind of what you need to look at. Arthur and Achilles average around 10.4% combo damage bonus without the butterfly, climbing to about 11% with the butterfly. So the butterfly is great, but it's not, I mean, Hero's Hilt kind of works on its own. It's not necessarily needed as much as you want when it comes to having the butterfly effect, because Hero's Hilt will do the effects on its own. Just the combo attacks on their own are going to run the combo damage stacks very, very high. And so 10.4% perpetual average every second combo damage is really, really good, especially with the things that enhance it, okay? It's got a stacking behavior for Arthur and Hector, the uptime hovering around 50 to 65% on 0 to 2 stacks, with only 25 to 30% on the turns at full stack. So Hector does not work near as well as Achilles. And for Arthur and Achilles, the uptime at max stacks is a lot better, around 50%, like we talked about, okay? And he's got some discussion notes in here, exactly how this works. He goes into a little bit of Achilles' expertise and how he's gonna fire off Paley and Spear more often when his mitigation reaches 2,500 damage factor. This is a proc that goes off that we can talk about here in a sec, but we don't know the viability of that skill yet. So it might even be more when that skill fires off a lot. So all of this data is conducted without taking that skill into consideration, okay? The averages are interesting, but we need to compare it with the current best damage enhancer, which is the Ring of Doom. Now, this is what we found out. On the simulation, when you run these two commanders, the Ring of Doom has the same effect of being able to be procced as Hero's Hilt. Let me show you here. So Ring of Doom is in a situation to where it's got a proc on it, and combo damages, combo attacks enhance that proc, especially with Butterfly, because you always have a 10% chance to gain that 50% damage, and if it's critted, that's a 65% damage that's dealt for 2 seconds. Now the ring loses a little bit of value because in a back and forth fighting, sometimes you walk away after this thing fires off and you're taking that all damage for the second and you're not hitting anything. So you have that effect when it comes to it. But overall, Davver did the numbers on this, and it works out really, really well that Ring is still very, very viable. So come back in here to kind of the explanation of how we're going to do this, and this is how you find it. So with the Ring firing off and giving you an average of 11.7% all damage increase, okay, and there's about a 45% chance it aligns with the secondary's active skill without Butterfly. All right, and so from what that means is that when you go hit a target, you're gonna fire off combo attacks from, I know this is getting really into the weeds, but you're gonna understand this because it's really pretty easy. When you're firing off, we have instant procs over here from Arthur, okay? And so from that standpoint, you have, let me see, whenever the troop launches a base attack, there's a 50% to launch an extra combo attack. This is a proc, a combo attack proc. It fires off very, very quickly. Like within the first 1 or 2 seconds, it fires off very quickly. Plus, in the talents, you also have a proc here from Iron and Steel, where you can fire off an instant proc by chance. And so with that, it fires off the ring much quicker and earlier. Now, the idea is that you want to fire off very, very fast in a skill cycle, especially at the beginning of the fight, because it's going to give you a chance to proc it again by the time Arthur is doing his skill damage, or doing his active skill. When he does his active skill, he's doing a bunch of combo effects. He's doing 6 combo attacks on basically 3 different targets, doing 2 combo attacks on each target. So that's going to fire off the ring more often. And you want that 45% alignment with the secondary commander's active skill, because if that fires off with Achilles, that's big damage on your AoE. So the ring has great viability. And overall, I think what we're seeing is that the Hero's Hilt or the ring can be used, just depending on your preference, and the ring's got a lot of RNG. A lot of people want more consistency, so Hero's Hilt is the direction they'll go. Now, we talked about Hero's Hilt having the uptime. I'll scroll back up here. When it comes to Hero's Hilt with the butterfly, that you're doing 10.94%, 11% combo damage per second. on average. And that's very, very consistent and very easy. The beauty of that, when you come down to it, is that if you do have some of these effects, like down here, you can enhance even more combo attack damage. I don't use it because I don't have 2 combo commanders that I'm running right now in the game. We'll get that later. I'll probably go to this talent, A Good Day to Die. And then you come over here and you look at some of the different aspects of the Delta. If you can get Flurry, that's gonna boost the combo damage. If you've got Butterfly, it's gonna boost the combo damage. If you have Thrasher, it's gonna boost the combo damage. So you're trying to run as much combo damage up as possible, as much combo damage increase as possible. You wanna do that to boost those effects, and it makes Hero's Hilt very, very good, very viable, and you're able to run it. That's the beauty of combo, is that it's gonna run these things extremely well. Now, if you come down here, because not everybody's got special inscriptions, you come down here to the Codex, you still get a little bit of this effect from the rare inscriptions, obviously. With Pummeler, you've got some, whenever you launch a combo attack, you have an 80% chance to gain 10% bonus to combo attack damage. So Pummeler's really good. You're just stacking up all those different combo attack damage increases. Causative is the same as Butterfly. You do have a 1.5% boost, which is better than increase, but you also have the same kind of Butterfly effect, just not as high as a percentage, where Butterfly is 20%, Causative's only 8% still great. Okay, you come over here to Steel Skin, this is all about damage mitigation, but then you come down here to the Emblem, that's where you get your big boost, and Relentless has a 3.5% boost to combo attack damage dealt. So you want to run the combo damage increases as high as possible, so all those different boosts will enhance the damage that you do. And so when it comes to this, and we go through it, we've got the ways you can get Hero's Hilt. But we also have Achilles coming. I've run through his skills many times. You can check out the video at the end. I do a whole breakdown on Achilles and who we're going to pair him with and why and how, but he does some cool stuff. Now, the one thing about all these different, all this different data that Daver has collected is that he really can't take account for his third skill. It's back here. The Hephaestion armor is a situation to where you are consuming damage. Basically, you're mitigating the damage from skill damage, combo damage, and counterattack damage. And the more you mitigate, the higher that stacks up. And when you hit a 3,000 damage factor of mitigation, okay, when you have prevented 3,000 damage factor at a 10% rate, then you're going to fire off Paleon Spear again, his active skill. Now, the other part to this is that on his expertise, okay, they're going to increase that mitigation to 15%, which is a great tanky situation anyways. You know, being able to mitigate 15% skill damage, combo damage, and counterattack damage is a great tank stat, right? It's a great skill to be more tanky, but now it drops that damage factor down to 2,500. So we just have to figure out how much damage factor that you can mitigate to fire off Paleon Spear more often. If it's a situation to where you're fighting out in the field and you've got your commander out here, now I've got Attila out here, I think he's in a 1 troop, but he has got his HP bar always over here on the side. And so when he has that, it's a situation to where once that mitigation happens, you still have a bunch of AP. Or do it of HP. You still have a bunch of troops left, because if you can get this thing to fire off, okay, and you still have 90 or 92% of your HP of your troops left, then you still have a ton of troops. And if you can get to fire it off very, very quickly, then all of a sudden it's going to change the uptime dynamics for the Hero's Hilt, and it's going to make it more and more viable. Anytime you can hit the Paleon Spear, anytime, you're going to make Hero's Hilt better, you're going to make Ring better, you're going to fire off more procs on Horn, you're going to fire off more procs on War Drums, anytime you can get this to fire off, because he's doing, in an AoE effect, hitting 5 targets, he's doing 10 combo attacks. And so that's how you have to look at it. So I know it is very, very tedious to kind of go through here and understand, but the TLDR, or the conclusion of all of this, is with the viability of the blueprints in the egg event and in the KVK shop, you can get a bunch of Hero's Hilt prints. And Hero's Hilt is performing comparable to the ring. Now, which one is actually a little bit better? That remains to be seen. It depends on RNG. It might be ring, but this is very viable. You get more prints, you get easier prints on this, and it works out really, really well. So if you enjoyed this video, throw a thumbs up on it, like it. If you have not subscribed, consider doing so. Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell, and be a part of the channel. And if you want to join the community that I've built, you can go down in the link and I have the description, or in the description, I have the link to our Discord in there. And that's where a lot of these conversations come into play. That's where you can even talk to Dabber yourself about some of this stuff and go through it. Plus, I've got the link for Dabber down in the description as well. So you can see this breakdown and how it works, and you can go through it yourself. So with all that, I hope you guys have a great day, broskies.